That's
I don't even want to.
insane.
Um,
That's
do y'all
insane.
do y'all want to do this Supergirl?
Shit, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Fucking
Why
Jason
not? Let's
Momoa
go.
as Lobo. Let's do it.
Why not?
Oh Lord! You said intergalactic rage daddy's name. Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, the room just got moist. Ladies and gentlemen,
Whoa, whoa.
Make it rain, West.
there is saturation in the room full of
The room just got moist. Whoa! I
Yeah,
definitely
dude.
felt the saturation level go up.
Hey,
Humidity
You
is
see
at
Lady
90.
Mandalore's skin
I've-
get brighter.
I've never
Well,
never had any complaints.
first off, she's a black queen. Anytime she get excited, her skin glows.
I mean,
She's a black queen.
clock
So
it.
that's just how it happens. But
Appreciate it. Thank you for
Look,
your-
you're already in her good graces. Don't suck
Oh
up.
no,
Don't
no,
do
no, no, no,
that.
no, no, you're fine, you're fine, you're
Don't do
fine.
that.
Keep it going, never stop. Keep going.
yeah, smells like coffee, cuz.
Is that sun shining? No, that's Lady Mandalore over there. Just go ahead.
Okay, all right, let's get into it.
Triage, how was that coffee, sir?
Delicious.
Now he's actually drinking coffee. Damn, you really do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here
Oh yeah, nah, you're not talking about coffee.
here for the first time and the last time. Here's the Supergirl trailer that just came out this past week. Shout out to James Gunn and his team, and special shout out to intergalactic rage daddy Jason Momoa for making a special appearance. Let's see if y'all can pick him out.
Gotta shout out Supergirl though, the young lady that's playing Supergirl.
Oh yeah, she's good too. Oh god.
Damn. You know shit.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time.
Good boy.
Good job, buddy.
Oh,
Hi, Cara Zor-El. Hereby declare that 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Good acting, man.
Proton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of two.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
all right. There it is.
Beautiful.
And yes, please, we just talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Go read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Or
So y'all
Superwoman
aren't-
Girl of Tomorrow.
Did I say Superwoman or Supergirl?
I
Supergirl,
missed-
Woman of Tomorrow.
I think I said that. I don't know if I
You
did.
did. You said it right. I'm the one that just
Okay.
juxtapositioned it.
Juxtaposition.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, go pick up this fucking book so y'all won't be fucking triggered by any of the shit that actually happens in this goddamn film. I have to read it myself. I'm not gonna hold you. Not gonna lie. Never been a fan of Supergirl ever.
Same.
Same
Never been
here.
a fan of Superman either. However,
Same.
I will tell you that when discussing Supergirl, because the episode that TSB did tonight was a toss-up between Supergirl and the most recent episodes of Derry leading up to the the finale that is out now. But it was a toss-up. So I know for a fact Triage got a lot to say when it comes to Supergirl. Because at first I was like, this might not be a great topic to talk about. We can talk about it because it's coming out. But then he was like, yo, what about this? What about that? What about this and that and this and that? And I'm like, oh, you know what? On second thought, I think we might have a good show. We still gonna talk about it.
So you can get with that. So
Yeah. and we still gonna talk about it. We're still gonna talk about it. But welcome to Dairy Finale. It's takes a little precedence right now because Supergirl not coming out to 26. But I don't know. Where do you guys want to start with this?
Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about the director, to be quite honest with you, because the look of this film screams to me Guardians of the Galaxy, but with less people as the main stars, which might be positive.
More gritty.
Also more, not really. I don't feel like it's any more, or I think it's the same amount of grit as Guardians of the Galaxy for me.
Which Guardians though? Which volume?
Oof.
Because I would say three was definitely a little more grittier than the other. Not too much.
I think this is grittier than 2.
Yes.
I was gonna call this I want to say 2. I wanted to say 2. Like off the bat, I would give this Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because it has the guys kind of getting thrown up in the air and sucked back down into the gravity ball thing that Rocket had. It's kind of those types of visuals. Not as sad as 3. 1,000%. There's no fucking way it could be sadder than what 3 was, because that is not what Supergirl is in my head.
So when we talk about the director, when it comes to Craig Giuseppe, like we're talking movies like
Gillespie?
What happened? Gillespie. I'm sorry. No, I said Giuseppe, right?
He's not gonna know. I'm not gonna care. It's fine.
Like we're talking about movies like I, Tonya. We're talking about movies like he worked on. He's
got Cruella. He's got
Cruella 1 and 2, Fright Night.
Yes, Fright Night.
And that Fright Night remake was pretty damn good.
It was good. That was actually to me more memorable than the original one.
Agreed, 100% agreed. We're talking Dumb Money. We're talking that mini series that they did on Hulu about Mike Tyson, called Mike. The one that wasn't, I believe that's the one that wasn't sanctioned by him. If I remember.
Oh, he was pissed.
He was pissed. We're talking about like Mike, like you said, Cruella 1 and 2. We're talking about
he did I, Tonya. I did not know that.
Yep, I, Tonya. Mr. Woodcock, a lot, not a lot, but the big films that he has done, the ones that I'm talking, United States of Tara, which is a TV series. He has a lot of TV series.
Yeah, that was a good
his
show.
Repertoire. Yes, it definitely was. Physical as well. He did one episode of Physical, but again, these are all like, if we're talking like out of 10. We're talking, these are all films and TV shows that are sitting at an 8, at a medium of 8. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is going to be an interesting film. I feel like it's going to take a different tone than Superman did, because the way I had, the way I iterated it to Triage was, Superman was as if James Gunn took the viewer, picked them up, and then dropped them into an issue of Superman. You know what I mean? It felt, the film itself was so comic book-esque. It did not give me the same realistic kind of modern feel as the Man of Steel or the Snyderverse did. This new Superman, it definitely gave me more comic book vibe than anything else.
I think that's what you're going to get with this. I think the story and the vibe will be different, but I think this is still going to be a fantastical, out of reality type of feel when you sit down with it. Finally, I think he's still going to get that, but you'll get the, oh, she doesn't play with kittens. She's
Yeah.
not here for the fluffy feely and oh
Yeah.
gosh, Mr. Wilson, will you please let me write for your whatever the fuck it is bullshit life she's got to live off to the side. I think he will not. Oh God.
I see. If
Please
we were to take a look at Crypto in Superman, the way Crypto is, it makes sense now why Crypto was the dog that he was in Superman. If he's been living with Kara for majority of the time, and Clark's just babysitting, dog sitting him while Kara's
Oh
out.
God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna go. I thought when you started talking about Crypto, I thought you were gonna go a little Super Pets thing. I'm sorry.
No, I don't want to talk about Super Pets. Super Pets was not bad. I sat down, I watched it with my stepson. I enjoyed Super Pets.
Mhm.
I think
Remember the old cartoon, the Super Pets with Crypto, the Super Dog.
Mhm.
I enjoyed Crypto the Super, so I'm not going to talk shit about Crypto. I like Crypto. I
think
Crypto.
I think what I like about what they're doing with, like they did with Superman, the same thing they're doing with Supergirl, is you're seeing the imperfection of the character. You're seeing the fallibility, the flaws of these characters. You know they're superpowered. You know they can leap tall buildings in the single bound, and stop a locomotive with it and all this other stuff. But yeah, but there's a human aspect to them. There is the living being aspect to them. What are they like when they're not flexing the cape and the uniform, or when they wake up in the morning? Are they do they care to get up in the morning? Do they want to have a drink? Do they want to go have coffee? Do they feel like doing it? What is all that? And I think that's what makes it so much more relatable with some of these characters. And with James Gunn and what he's doing along with the other directors in this particular universe, the fallibility and the flaws of the characters are what are going to draw people to the movies, because you can relate to this, the complaints, the griping, the do I have to type moments. We all relate to that because that's every day for a good chunk of us.
But I feel like that's also always been DC for a while there, though. When you look at Batman, you always got to worry about the day job.
But okay, to be fair, Batman, that nigga gloomy all the time.
That nigga gloomy all the time.
Matter.
But
if he crack a smile, he about to punch somebody in the face. That nigga gloomy all the time.
But in that retrospect, that's always been DC, and that's always the reason why, like, I've definitely had so much respect. Like, I've always liked Marvel's heroes better and DC's villains better. I feel like if they match Marvel's heroes with DC's villains, god damn.
See, that's a crossover I would love to see.
I would love to see Joker get kicked in the chest by Captain America.
Dude, stay out of my head. Bro, stay out of my head. I was just thinking that. Stay out of my head. Oh my God.
I saw the shield behind you, and that's all I thought about.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
I saw Elijah Bradley's shield behind you, and that's all I thought about.
Oh my goodness.
But
the Young Avengers going against Captain Cold and that Rogues Gallery. That would be everything.
Absolutely. But like I feel like this is something that we're gonna get, and that's something that I really enjoyed about the first Superman movie, is that conversation that, because we always wonder, like, we've always had that scene, no matter what iteration of Superman we got, of Lois interviewing Clark as Superman, you know what I mean, and it never going well because of the type of reporter Lois is and a type of person Clark is. And slash Superman is, and I feel like that is, that scene is, a microcosm, of Ra's al Ghul versus Wolverine. That would be
I freaking approve of this. Yeah, Ra's al Ghul versus Wolverine.
I had to speak that, and I'm like, I don't want to interrupt you, but I got to get this out.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I was looking at it. I was peeking at it out of the corner of my eye.
Oh my!
But yeah, those moments of realism within the character, that scene speaks volumes to the character of Clark Kent and Superman as well, and the duality that he's always balancing. But now we take that and we look at a character like Zor-El, who doesn't have that separation of identity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She's Kara, she's Supergirl. You know what I mean? She doesn't have that duality. You know what I mean? She wakes up cranky, crotchety, needs that coffee, needs a hit of whatever, and that's just her. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm seeing that we're gonna get a lot of from this Kara Zor-El. We're gonna get, because in Smallville we got the cousin, you are meant to do this and that, and we have to do this and save the world, and
Yeah.
you know. And
Same old song and
Supergirl,
dance.
same old song and dance. Supergirl, we got a more like, dude, I just hit this planet cause what the fuck am I doing? I have no clue what I'm doing type shit. You know, I mean, we get the Dipsy Blonde, which I gotta say, I did. Let me look around real quick.
Hey.
I most certainly 100% loved what's her name? Clarissa, something like that. Last name Bennett or Benoit. The one who played
Benoit. Yeah, Benoit. Yeah. Supergirl.
Yeah,
CBS Supergirl.
Yeah. I loved her Supergirl when it got to CW. Right. I enjoyed her Supergirl because she was very genuine. Like, I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to balance shit out.
Yep.
You know, I'm just here doing my goddamn best. And that's what I related the most to her, because we all relate to the fact that, god damn it, we on this world, we just trying our goddamn best. But I think this Supergirl, we're gonna get a much deeper aspect on this Supergirl.
Well,
Go ahead.
well, I also think a thing with that also too is going to play with the parallels between how they were raised, because as Kara Zor-El in Smallville said, Jor-El and Zorro were brothers, but they were very, as you humans call it, dysfunctional. So like Zor-El in certain medias does betray Jor-El and actually goes as far as trying to kill him. And then it's like, especially with this whole new beef that apparently Cal was sent to Earth as a conqueror, which is all got me all kinds of Farfik Nugan and scratching my head. But we'll see.
No, he did not use my word, Farfik Nugan.
I'm confuzzled. I'm gonna stay there. We'll see where it goes. But and I also think like a big thing was too is like, you know, Kara is a teenage girl. And most iterations of her, she's later on in life. She's not quite older, and that's another thing too. But she is older than Cal in retrospect. So it's like, you know, I'm your older cousin. You're giving me shit. You know, everybody got that one family member who's a bit older than them that don't listen to nothing that they tell them.
I got an uncle that's barely 10 years older than me that always wanted to tell me what to do. God damn it, Nick. We not too far apart in schooling. Stop playing.
I think what's also, aside from her being raised from a different family, this is also a PTSD Kara. Kara moved
heavy
in a
heavy
Went
purple.
through a lot of shit.
So she's, whatever the fuck she is feeling is fucking valid.
Oh,
because I think
rude.
all of this for her is still relatively
Fresh.
new. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What Superman got there 30 years ago and she came in behind him, I think. Is that the way it worked?
Correct.
It was from my understanding, it was quite a while, because he had already been Superman by the time she got there.
Right.
Well,
okay.
It was
Depending on what
explained that her ship was on the same trajectory as Cal's, but
caught a black
lands in a
hole
di-
on the way.
Bumped or something, right?
yeah, something happens where it lands in a different place, like in Smallville, and then the reservoir and the dam, and then when the dam broke, it came to the surface. So she was in stasis for almost 20 years.
Mm. Yeah.
So, and the Supergirl show, she wound up going along with into the black hole where Fort Ross was, and then Fort Ross wound up being crash landing on Earth when the black hole opened again. So it's like the story changes slightly depending on what version or what you're reading or watching, but more or less is the fact that, like you said, she is also dealing with PTSD from what's going on. And here's the other thing too: we have seen little clips of Krypton. So are we going to find out what happened and in this continuity why Krypton exploded?
Mm.
It looks like it.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Let's.
It doesn't make sense for him not to go into that story.
Yeah.
He's James is very much show and tell, not here's a little peek of some shit. He's gonna give you the full story and then build from there, because I'm sure.
Look at Black Beetle with that. I'm sorry, Blue Beetle with that. You know what I mean? He really gave you all of Blue Beetle.
That wasn't even his.
That was the first one. That was technically the first film a part of James Gunn's universe.
Yeah, but we got both generations of Blue Beetle. We had Ted Kord, and then we had and we had Jaime. So
yeah, and then I feel like let's also not forget. I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but My Adventures of Superman on HBO, Jack Quaid's Superman. The last season was all about Supergirl, and what we end up finding out is the same concept of the story, that she was in a black hole, whatever, but when she came out of the black hole, she was actually found by the Anti-Monitor.
Yeah.
Or was it? It was either the Monitor. I think it was the Monitor. It was the Monitor.
It was the Monitor. It was the Monitor that found her.
Yeah,
and raised her on his station. Well, brought her onto the station.
Yeah.
And then to make her work against.
Yeah, and then used her pretty much to conquer all these different planets for X amount of time and keep wiping her memory and stuff like that. That is a very, like, if you want to talk about PTSD, when her and Clark finally come together and he finally shows her. And well, more so, he doesn't show her. She comes to the realization of what's been going on and what she's been doing for all these years. And she snaps, and it breaks her. And she has no clue who she really is, what she really is. And then when the biggest question when it comes to just being, why she really is.
And if people trying to get that reference with her and the Monitor, it was during Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I saw you searching. I was waiting for him to finish that, but I was like, oh, it's Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yes.
I'm like, I know it wasn't. No, it's not One Tomorrow. Where the fuck was all this? Where did all this happen? So what do we?
Oh shit! Yes, that. I'm sorry. I just looked at the comment I just dropped. Now that I'm thinking about it, we may never get Hawk Girl in My Adventures with Superman, because one of the planets that she conquered was Thanagar.
Yep.
Oh my god! I never thought about that. That bothers me.
But that depends. Who's to say Shayera Hall was on Thanagar when that happened?
Exactly.
Yeah. They may be coming for vengeance.
Yeah.
DC know how the Elseworlds, their normal storylines, like really quick, fast. So
I'm sorry, their Elseworld stories are a lot of the time so much better than their main continuity.
Chef's kiss.
Now, quick question. Quick question. Who has seen Krypton and who hasn't?
I have not seen Krypton.
I watched a couple of episodes, but not enough to be well versed.
Okay, because it is explained in Krypton that the reason why Krypton exploded is because Brainiac steals and shrinks the capital city of Kandor.
Yep, I was about to make that reference. The bottled city of Kandor.
Now,
that bubble.
It seems from the glimpse that we're getting in the trailer that
Catching that.
something similar might happen.
And don't we need Brainiac in order to progress the rest of that Superman story too?
We
Yeah, absolutely.
do if they
Brainiac is
want to
such
stay
a-
canon.
If they want to say canon, absolutely, you're right.
Brainiac would be a part of it if they wanted to stay canon. But
Cool.
again, like any other movie, there could somehow be another explanation for that. But when I saw that scene of the
dome.
dome being dropped over that specific part, the first thing I thought of is the Bottle City of Candor.
Yeah,
Mm.
Brainiac.
We're going to see that finally after all these freaking years. We're going to see it outside of the Super Friends. So we're
Or
finally going to see
Supergirl.
it.
Because we see it in Supergirl.
Mhm.
We do see it in Supergirl.
You see it in Supergirl. You see it in Legends of Tomorrow. And
One of the games.
I want to say it was not. I want to say it was the Legionnaire show.
Mm.
They dropped the ball on that show.
Yes,
Legion.
and
The Legion
it's also
superheroes have never gotten their genuine shine like they should.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. The animated one where it was like a clone of Superman and shit like that, and you had Brainiac 6 or something like that.
Yeah, everybody
Five.
had square jaws. Even the women had square jaws.
No, they was taking punches.
Everybody had square jaws. It's like thud.
Whoa! You could not be saying that women are taking punches to the face of that power. That's insane. That's insanity.
I'm
That
sorry.
is
I'm sorry. The women in
insanity.
that show were so fucking like awesome.
Bill.
Like they, man, listen, they was laying down smackdowns like they was versus Raw.
They were built and
I
they
see
had
you.
meat.
I mean, if Wonder Woman is able to take a punch, I'm fairly certain there are some other women in the comic book world that are
Absolutely.
to take it on the chin, if you will.
Absolutely.
I saw Wonder Woman versus Lobo. She can take a punch. That's for
Take it
sure.
on the chin. God damn. Okay.
Shit is crazy.
Chin is wild.
Oh my God!
No
Take it on the
comment.
chin is
Mr.
crazy.
Krabs
But yes, no.
and his big meaty claws. Goddamn.
Not the
But-
big meat.
The reason why I brought up Krypton was because in the Krypton show, Lobo is revealed to be after Brainiac because Brainiac took his capital city from planet is Lobo from? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Maybe you got that.
It
maybe.
happens to me too. Ginkgo biloba usually helps.
Stop it. Wait, you said the planet earlier. What's the name of the planet?
Google.
Okay, well, here we go.
Because Lobo was the last Zarnian, and how he wiped out his race. So
Yeah, Lobo. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
he, as he says it,
Zarnia.
I fragged my entire race for my 8th grade science project and gave myself an A.
Yeah, from Zarnia.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. So Lobo in the show was after Brainiac because Brainiac had took the capital city from his planet, so he was going to put it back the way the planet did explode.
Yeah.
So,
So
Brainiac
that
was
brought him in
taking-
direct
Whoops.
Huh. All right, never mind. Go ahead. I'm just making
because that's what brought him in direct conflict with him in the Krypton series. So with Jason Momoa playing him now, all we know is that he's in the movie. They haven't quite said what his part is going to be, whether or not he crosses paths with her in the middle of a barroom brawl, whether or not he got sent to go get her. I'm just curious to see where that's going to land.
Or he's
Go get her.
looking for Brainiac too.
Yes.
And maybe he's searching her down because, like, yo, you're the last person to have direct contact with this nigga Brainiac.
Mm-hmm. Where did he
Me and
go?
you finna figure out where he at.
Yep.
And then I'll
The
take
green
you.
gooch, as he calls him, the green gooch.
Or maybe, think about it this way, or maybe, right?
Unwell.
He is, or maybe Lobo was actually working for Brainiac to get her, because we know Brainiac is a collector, right? And he is probably not satisfied with not having every last piece of that city. right?
Mhm.
So he sends Lobo to get her. Lobo takes the job in order to get closer to Brainiac in order to take down Brainiac.
Mm.
That seems like
I
a
know
stretch.
it's a stretch. It is a stretch.
That's
It is a stretch. But if we're gonna look at, we got to look at it from all possibilities when it comes to these superhero movies, because
But
everything they
that's
can
but
do is
see,
a stretch.
that's the thing. That's not James Gunn's. That is not his MO.
Mm-mm.
He's not. He's very much. I need this to make sense for
I
everybody.
guess my big thing is when we look at a specific director, or let's say a head, when it comes to something like this, like if we're looking at Kevin Feige and stuff like that, we can always hear and see what they want, but we also have to remember they answer to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Not
what I
James.
mean?
Not
We
James. Not
Mm.
not in the position that he's in right now.
That man has some over the top
can
carte blanche.
change, because Snyder was in the same position and they flipped on him.
Well, Snyder
No.
made some questionable choices.
And he also wasn't. He wasn't the actual head of the department.
Well, so wait, James Gunn is the head
He's
of
he's what is it?
DC.
Something of DC something.
Again, remember that may change because Warner Brothers is no longer Warner Brothers. It's owned by Netflix.
Oh yeah, that is true.
No. That is also not true. They have put a bid in for it.
No. It's solidified. It's done. They won.
When did this happen?
When did that happen?
They've
been saying that all week.
Yeah, they did put the bid in, but they won the bid.
But that doesn't mean that they own it. So there's
Correct.
another layer. This has to be approved by the government, basically.
Yeah, even though they won the bid, there's no transaction yet.
Yeah.
That just means they've got dibs to pick it up.
Right.
But
This
you gotta
is not
get
a done
approval.
deal. That's why Paramount threw another bullshit bid in just to say he got the money.
It tried to throw that in there.
Yeah. It's not done. It's not a wrap.
So Paramount did try that shit.
So
I mean, overall, I just want a quick little insert this part here. Quick little insert, like, this should not go through either way, because like all the laws against monopoly, in that case, Disney should have been fucking bought Warner Brothers.
Tafari, you can't put that up there, bro.
Someone's gonna take on the mouse.
Listen.
We do have adults in the audience. We have adults in the audience. Okay.
I can't put that on the screen.
Good grief.
Came with a counter. I can't put that on. I want to. I promise you. I would.
So Tafara is basically saying Paramount is saying, "Oh yeah." That's what Paramount is doing right now.
Paramount's like, all right, who's coming first?
Daddy.
Okay, everybody.
No, not like that. I meant like, who's coming over my side? Who's coming over my side? That's what I meant.
So what? So Paramount's talking about who's finishing, and the mouse is talking about Vaseline or no Vaseline.
What about this Millie? The star of the movie.
Trying to put it back on track.
Oh God, I'm gonna make a bad segue.
Paramount's like, who's coming over here to my side of the tracks? That's what Paramount's saying. That's what I was saying. I don't know about these heathens.
No,
I don't know about them
Paramount is saying,
heathens.
Paramount's just saying, do you want to build a snowman?
Can you make the snow?
I'm trying to make the worst segue in human history.
That is coke. That ain't snow.
Yeah,
you're right. Just add water and stir.
There is something. A quick parallel, real quick, between Superman and Supergirl. So me and Power had talked about this once on our show, and one of the things I said that I always thought that was interesting is that when people portray Superman, whether it had been Brandon Routh or the late George Reeves, like Christopher Reeves, even Tom Welling on Smallville, like, to me, playing Superman is not playing one role or two roles; it's playing three.
Damn, I know what you're fucking about to say. Go for it. You're about to blow this fucking podcast.
So Clark Kent is the everyday kid who wants to live his best life. He likes the pretty girl. The girl don't see him. He wants to be a part of things. He doesn't get the pursuit of happiness that he's looking for one reason or another. He's always overlooked. You got Superman, who's the savior, who's burdened with the responsibility, who has the godlike power, but has to use it in respect to mortals. And then there is the Kal-El aspect. And that's one of the reasons why I thought Smallville was so cool, is because it showed us Kal-El. It showed us the outsider. It showed us the alien.
Yes.
And I think especially because of what I've heard from James Gunn, Superman, is that there was so much blowback because of certain things that happened regarding issues in the world and what the material was echoing.
Yeah.
Now, and I think that caused a lot of political issues and things that they're trying to stir away from. Now, Kara Zor-El does not have that duality with personality.
Yeah, so I said earlier, she is just her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Does she have a secret identity?
No.
No, not really. It's just
in the show, she was portrayed as Carol Danvers because she was adopted and she was working at Catco,
and I hated that.
Yeah, that was.
I hated that.
Well, no. I mean, like just for the comics, time period for the comic for Woman of Tomorrow, she doesn't have a.
She's full-time Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, she's full-time Kara. There's no horrid. Would not. 0 stars.
10 out of 10.
Would not recommend. Would not recommend.
See, and I think that's always one of the things that's worked against her as a character. Like, Bruce Wayne, Batman. We can all argue till we're blue in the face, but Batman is one of the greatest characters in comics. And one of the reasons why he is so great is because of his rogues gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have his skill set. Like, I'm a big Green Arrow fan. I'd take Ollie over Bruce any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Right? So, and then it's like they elaborate a little bit more with him in the show. But the thing that was cool is that you see that Ollie's a womanizer. You see that he likes to party. You see that he has these social crusades. He's an old lefty. And it's one of those things like where he says when he goes to get recruited into the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, I don't belong up here on Mount Olympus. I just look out for the little guy. So that's one of the reasons why that character related to me. Like, I'm also a big Archangel fan.
Oof.
Like X-Men. And we got Power knows where I'm about to go with this. Like, there was a whole episode we went over with Archangel. And like his whole thing was like his powers and his wings were such a big part of who he was, but because he was from old money, he was from privilege. His father saw him as giant tumors and then like cut him off his back to the point where Warren was so distraught once his wings were damaged and lost, he borderline committed suicide. And then when he wound up on Sinister's doorstep, that whole saying about a stranger making promises to the point where he lost his free will to gain back the thing he felt that made him special.
Devil at his doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think like with the whole Supergirl thing, I'm curious to what's going to happen because while I know of the character, I like the character. There's nothing that draws me into the character where it's like I can't wait to see what they're about to show me.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so to wind things down, what are you going to go see this movie based on this first trailer alone, without any of the comic book knowledge? Would you want to go and see this trailer?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll say it because the reason I'll go see it because I want to see a drunk and high ass woman with super strength fucking a bunch of people up in a bar. And that really seems like what it is because she's going through she's drowning her sorrows right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She just watched her entire civilization be encapsulated. And that's worse. I feel like that's worse than what Clark has to deal with, of them just knowing that they're dead, they're gone, they're no longer there. I feel what's worse is knowing that they're there and not being able to see them, touch them, hear them. You know that they're alive, but you can't do anything about it. And
What's that?
that's a living torture every day, knowing that you can't do anything about it. And so she's drowning her sorrows. And so I'm interested to see what a drunken high super person could do. On
Giggity.
top of her story, on top of, you know what I mean? Because at the end, at the end of Superman, we see her, hey Clark, I'm back. Hey, what's up, Crypto? How you doing? After Clark done got his ass beat all around the world. You know what I mean? You know, so if I'm correct, everything that's gonna happen in Supergirl takes place during Superman. And
Yeah, that's why I told
Superman,
him
you
too.
see her walking back. Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm very interested. I want to see what she got going on. I want to see, and again, as somebody who has been struck with, you know, horrible tragedy in my life and has been to the point of drowning sorrows and shit like that, and came back from it, I would love to see her story. I would love to see her comeback story. And then again, as you were trying to say, Millie Alcock, I love her acting. She played the teenage Rhaenyra in House of Dragon.
House of Dragon, yeah.
Beautiful. We're probably gonna do an episode on House of the Dragons at some point in time.
Hi.
On TSB. Because it's just absolutely amazing. Her acting was absolutely amazing. So I cannot wait to see what she has in store for us as Supergirl.
Triage.
So I am first and foremost all for a good story. I am all about the way things intertwine, the way things speak, the way the way the material resonates to the audience that's supposed to be accepting it.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, from the trailer, am I completely dialed in to see where this was going to go? Not really. But I am also one of those people who I have been proven wrong. So, I mean, I could say that I don't think this is going to do great, and it could be fuck around and be one of the best DC movies we've seen in a decade.
True.
So I will dial in, I will see it, and I will give my honest opinion. But on a spectrum of what a possibility could be, I think it's probably on the lower end at the moment.
Maybe. Yeah.
Navy.
Oh, you didn't hear me before. I said yes.
Oh, yes. I didn't know if you wanted to expand.
There's no expansion. I'm with Lord Triage. I'm big on a good story. I like things that are off the beaten path. Sometimes what's been put down as canon isn't necessarily interesting. So I want to see where this take is going to go with the particular character, how she's going to be portrayed, written, shown, and how we as an audience are going to react to her.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I am gonna go see it. I don't know. I think my expectations are about the same as when he first introduced Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I think seeing Superman boosted my expectations, which is that's a dangerous thing to do. With going to go see Supergirl. I'm interested because if he can get me to read this comic, you've done something no other human on this planet has ever been able to do. And I actually want to go and read this comic. I didn't read the comic for his iteration of Superman, but I do want to see this iteration of Supergirl and read about it. Because it's honestly milquetoast. There's nothing about Superman and Supergirl that has ever interested me in any capacity.
Same.
Really?
So
yeah, never.
Yeah.
Quick little editor before we all head out here. I feel like if James Gunn keeps going like this, and you know he keeps creating storylines based off of the source material in a way, and within doing so, also saying, "Hey guys, I'm dropping this movie. if you want to really, enjoy this movie, you should go read
Read them.
XYZ issue number 2. I feel like this is something that comics desperately need. At
Yes.
least
Correct.
in comics desperately need.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Whether it be you reading it digital or you buying physical, the comic book industry definitely, most certainly needs that promo like that.
Because I'm going to tell you that there's another effect that it has aside from encouraging reading because people can do it for free.
Yes.
It makes me want to go and buy the physical. If I like this book enough, I will now go out and get the trades.
Yeah.
I'll go get the full book instead of spending $3.99 a month. I will give you the $50. I don't think it's $50. I will give you the $50 for this complete set.
It's not.
Yeah. No,
That
I do.
is what I did with the Dark Bane trilogy in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, listen, I recommend you guys reading the Darth Bane trilogy for Star Wars.
No, I need to brush up on
Just,
my.
I swear to God, I will get Dynasty of Evil back to you. I swear I will give it back to you.
He's lying.
I got 2 kids. I'm trying to read. I got 2 kids and I'm trying to read.
I feel you. I feel you.
I started
And
reading
then,
this before I had 2 kids.
and that's the other side of that.
I wish
Marvel
Marvel did
doesn't
that.
believe in the comics or read the comics that they're taking the inspiration from.
Yes.
So you can't go back and get interested, or you're rage reading the shit because there's no way that fucking Null the Conqueror, Cull,
No.
No.
Null the thank you, the Conqueror did this silly shit.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started when it
Rage.
Okay, we're not going to get you started
Okay.
because we're going to try and get out of here.
I refuse this one.
Chairs moving. Chairs moving.
Damn chair. ladies and
Damn
gentlemen.
chair. Don't get me started on that dumb shit they put in Last Stand.
Take a
Last
fucking
Stand was not
Watiti,
bad.
Watiti, take a fucking Watiti.
Mm.
I just take all his fucking toys away.
God bless you, Captain.
I'm gonna wrap this up, gentlemen.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for coming on the show. Thank y'all for falling down the rabbit hole with us. Thank you to the chat, for the audience, for sitting in. Y'all hung the fuck in there tonight.
Oh my God.
For a nice smooth 3 hours.